Hey folks, Kouto here. There is this Korean company called EVR Studios that are making basically a Korean Splinter Cell. You know, you can check their YouTube here on EVR Studios on YouTube, and they already have like a good amount of videos where they have a bunch of dev diaries. They showcase here an example of when you shoot a dude, right? And after a while, if you don't do anything to the body, the guards will find him, they will alert everyone around in the area, and they will search and actually kill you. Obviously, this is all still very early in development. There's no textures here, for example, that you can see. It's very much still very gray box just for testing purposes. But this is very much a base mission game, right? So it's very much on the Splinter Cell side, kind of, from what I understand. Here's another great little demo that they have where you can use objects to lure enemies. You can switch the light on and off, and then assassinate once the right opportunity arrives. I am a little bit worried, I'm not gonna lie, about all of this, about this system of assassination, because it's very much just a press a button and the animation goes off. But it does seem like they're taking a ton of inspiration from Splinter Cell, you know? Especially with the whole thing of light and shadow playing a big role in how you maneuver the map. Probably one of the biggest things in Splinter Cell, right? Playing with light was a must if you wanted to actually go through the levels. Yeah, as you can see here, like, he's completely on the shadow and the guys cannot see him now. Here's a cool little one where they showcase some assassinations that you can perform. From the other side, you can break the window and just take him down. I wonder if these assassinations, because that was pretty loud, right? That was pretty violent. So I wonder, will sound have an impact in the overall gameplay? How will that be, right? You know, if you actually kill someone like this so violently, you will most likely alert the enemies around you, right? For sure. Here's another sort of takedown, Assassin's Creed style. I do hope that enemies could give a fight, you know what I mean? I hope that the enemy AI isn't just dumb. I think that's what I mean, right? They actually fight for their lives, so to speak, right? Here's another cool one, actually, where they showcase like a lot of more the gunplay, the actual gunplay. This looks solid, dude. This looks really fucking solid, I think. There has been a lot of people actually on their Discord channel that talked a lot about the crosshair, that they didn't specifically like the crosshair, and they have addressed it and changed it in a recent dev diary. But yeah, this looks pretty good in general. Solid gameplay, but I wonder if this is like a mixture of stealth and action, or is it more focused on stealth with elements of action? But at least from what they've shown so far, it definitely feels like it's much more focused on stealth rather than action, right? Okay, so here's another cool example. So he's in this like a hospital room, right? And two enemies are coming in, and he knows and he's alerted, and he will have to deal with the situation. There's a ton of lights already. So he grabs a EMP grenade and it basically destroys all the lights at the same time. Which is really fucking nice, actually, because you destroying every single light with your weapon would take a long time. Yeah, so you have the classic night vision that Splinter Cell is very famous for. Oh, that's very good. Yeah, that's very cool. That's awesome. That's really nice. I love, well, honestly, this is one of the best dev diaries, like right here, right? Very cool. Love that. Here's another cool example that they bring, which is proximity mines. You can use proximity mines in order to kill enemies. He actually uses an M4 or something here. And that is an insane recoil, actually. Check this out. Oh, they're using VDBs there. Yeah, that's pretty cool, because you will need to, it definitely feels like you will need to plan like the strategy when you're going into some of these sections in order to kill multiple enemies all at the same time, right? So here's another example. They use these weird goggles thingies that gives you like Assassin's Creed Eagle vision. Now, to be dead honest with you, I'm not that big of a fan of these sorts of mechanics. They feel a bit cheap. I actually do love the approach that Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain has, right? What they do give you is that you can grab your goggles and you can mark enemies. Once you check them, you get an icon on top where you can monitor all of their movements. I think that's a pretty good balance at the very least. Because here in this one, you can just, you know, do this, right? You can pop up these glasses and you already know everything that's going on around you. I don't know, it feels a bit too cheap. I'm not that big of a fan, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I think there's probably a balance that needs to be done here. Maybe harder difficulties, you can't use this item, I don't know. Or maybe it's highly limited in the amount of usage you can do per mission. But yeah, but who are these guys? EVR Studios. So these guys have actually been around for quite some time now, but they haven't really made a video game, so to speak. But they're all about these sorts of like more immersive VR experiences. But yeah, it seems like they're now trying to do the jump to the video game industry. I do hope that these guys realize that, you know, yeah, sure, you can push all of these graphics all you want, but at the end of the day, especially when it comes to stealth game and stealth gameplay specifically, it's very important to build a sandbox sort of game where you have a lot of decisions on how to tackle certain situations. And there's no better example as a game like Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Or even more recently, the Hitman series have been very successful because exactly that. It's just a complete sandbox on how you can deal with a certain mission. On top of that, sound design is insane. Sound design is so important in these games, it's crazy. Sound plays a huge deal in order to bring attention to every scene that you have. And Splinter Cell does it very right. The story seems to be actually rather interesting in a futuristic world where both South and North Korea are unified. But what I hope at least is that this game has 1, smart enemies, 2, different ways to tackle situations, 3, a memorable main character. I think it's important, right? Sam Fisher is a pretty fucking memorable character. I mean, if they can manage to do that, who gives a shit about graphics these days, right? But yeah, I'll link the studio's YouTube channel in the comment section. It's looking solid, it's looking promising. It's the Korean Splinter Cell that we never knew we wanted, and I'm all here for it. But yeah, if you like this video, subscribe and have a good one. See ya.